The Outsiders is a 1967 novel written by S.E. Hinton. It has been critically acclaimed, being described as a coming-of-age story, with Goodreads giving it an average score of 4 stars. Because I'm a monster who destroys everything good, I'm here to expose the numerous issues with The Outsiders and show why it's honestly not that good. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Plot and story flow are essential elements of any story. It is then unsurprising that The Outsiders falls flat on all of these aspects, at least at the end. But first, I must give credit where credit is due. The beginning is really well done. It grabs the reader's attention immediately, all while showing the class difference and the characters without feeling too exposition heavy. And the middle has a nice flow to it. It is the ending, however, that demonstrates the lack of experience of S.E. Hinton. The final chapters drone on and on, without any real purpose. A perfect example is chapter 11, or 8.3% of the entire novel, which you can completely ignore. The chapter includes weak character building at the very end of a novel, and nothing else. It's completely non-impactful. Furthermore, there are multiple locations where she could have ended, but she continued to fill the end with filler. Finally, the novel contained numerous loose ends that were briefly resolved in the final chapter of the book. The ending was a complete mess. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Part of the beauty of a story is that we can see the natural evolution of an individual. This principle is known as a character arc. As we see here, a character should continue on a natural curve, ultimately ending in a transformation of the character. This is good. On the other hand, we have S.E. Hinton's character arcs. Yes, arcs, as in different characters evolve in different ways. And they're all terrible! For starters, only 2 characters have an arc, Pony and Dally. Dally truly evolves and changes as a character, demonstrating all the good elements in an arc. Pony, upon further inspection, has a fake arc. He goes from nice and open-minded to hateful, back to open-minded. Every good attribute Pony has at the beginning, he loses midway through and regains at the end. That is not an arc. The rest aren't any better off. You have characters who go from point A to point B, don't change whatsoever, or ones who might have developed, but ultimately don't.
But Daniel, what about Steve?
Who? You ain't nothing but a hound dog. The absolute worst part is also one of the most important story elements, and it completely ruins the book. It's Johnny's death. Now, put down your pitchforks and let me explain. Johnny's death is an extremely important and emotional part with plenty of build-up. The issue arises after his death, with so much build-up and the book literally saying they can't go on without him, and yet no one reacts, besides giving Dally an end to his arc that also no one acknowledges, and Pony going to a fake arc. Every other character mentions it briefly immediately after the fact, and never again. The one exception being the boring chapter 11 that I've already gone into plenty of detail about. This ruins the book. Something like this has to be handled with care and not ruined by having no reaction to it. It also simultaneously manages to ruin Johnny as a character, and with so many opportunities to have your characters evolve and go into arc, it's completely wasted. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. In order to be a rational human being, even with all this negativity, I have to acknowledge the good points. These is that it teaches people how to start a story and develop a character. It also has many relatable themes, such as class difference, coming of age, dealing with loss, and self-identity. Overall, the book was a hit or miss. It either handled ideas really well or was an absolute train wreck. Finally, because we love giving ratings on anything, I give it 2.5 stars.
But Daniel, you should watch the movie. It fixes all the problems of the book.